What's up, everybody? I am Jesse, or GameOverJesse, as some of you all may know me, and here with me is Lexxi from the Chamber of Sages, and Daniel, who you all may know from our podcast, the Hylians Gamescast, and who has also helped on videos with the Chamber of Sages, videos on Zelda Informer, videos on Nintendo Prime, videos anywhere you can find a Zelda video. He's probably had something to do with it.
I know a few people.
Yeah.
So
the Game Awards are coming up very soon, and we are here to predict who we think are going to win each of the categories. So, Lexxi, for those who may not know who you are, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself briefly?
Hi, I'm Lexxi. I'm from the Chamber of Sages, and you can follow me on Twitter at ChamberLexxi, or you can follow the Chamber of Sages main Twitter. I'm usually there, memeing. That's what I do. But yeah, if you are already subscribed to the Chamber of Sages, be in for some treats in the future, because there's some pretty cool stuff that's going on. But yeah.
Alright, and everyone is still recording, right?
Yeah,
yes,
I'm still
sir.
recording.
Alright, now go ahead and introduce yourself, Daniel.
Okay, well, I'm Daniel. At Twitter at CaptBurgerson. You probably know me on Discord if you're on our GameOverJesse Discord server, where I am King Burgerson. I was an elected official, not elected king. I also have worked on, as Jesse said, I used to work for Zelda Informer, and then I jumped ship to Nintendo Prime, and I have also done some work on Chamber of Sages and mostly GameOverJesse's channel. And yeah, that's me. I also have my own YouTube channel called at nshgfilms.com. Actually, I should have a video up on there this week, a new video coming up. So
Awesome.
yeah, it's me in a nutshell.
Alright, so now for our predictions. Starting off with the best debut indie game. Apparently it's presented by Chic Hydro. So recognizing a new independent studio that released its first game in 2017. Winner selected by fan voting. So we have 5 contestants here. We have Slime Rancher by Manami Park. Is that how you pronounce that? I don't know.
Monami Park?
Yeah.
Sure.
Second game, Mr. Shifty by Team Shifty. Hollow Knight by Team Cherry. Golf Story by Sidebar Games. And Cuphead by Studio MDHR. I'm going to go ahead and say Cuphead is going to win this.
Cuphead would be my vote too. I've heard Golf Story is really good.
Yeah, Golf Story.
But Cuphead has definitely made a really big splash, and it's, you know what, it's got something that a lot of games, that maybe not enough games have, and it's really hard.
Yeah.
And
I heard a
that's
lot
good.
from Slime Rancher too, which is interesting.
The other, those three, the top 3, I haven't even heard of until just now.
Oh,
so
really?
I've heard
I'm
of...
a bad...
The only one I've not heard of is Slime Rancher.
I actually
Okay.
watched Game Grumps play it before.
Although
And it actually seems pretty cool. Yeah.
Slime Rancher does look, from the art, look very similar to the game Daniel and I were sent a while back.
Oh, are you talking about Putty Pals?
Yeah.
Aw,
Yeah,
that sounds
I
cute.
didn't... It is cute, but I actually... And I'm really sorry, I didn't really care for it. I didn't care for it very much.
Aw,
It wasn't bad, but like...
Well, not everything can
It was
be
like
Breath of the Wild.
it was like in the same week as Mario Odyssey.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Can't compare that well then.
Yeah. Like, it's one of the games, it's a platformer built from the ground up to be played multiplayer, but you can play it single player, but it's not very good
that
single
game,
player.
I actually had a better time doing single player because the control scheme I found really interesting. And in that, the single player, you had your 2 characters. So multiplayer, one person controls one player, and the other player controls the other character. In single player, your left thumbstick controls one character, and your right trigger, your left thumbstick and left trigger, and your right thumbstick and right trigger control the 2 characters. So you had basically each hand was one character, and it got really challenging and really interesting. But 2-player, I don't know. I didn't. It was too boring on 2 players. It was very easy.
All right. So our next best esports team: Team Liquid, SK Telecom, Lunatic High, Cloud9, FaZe Clan. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I don't pay attention or care at all about esports. So
Womp womp.
you can go
Jesse,
ahead and kill me.
You're gonna make some people mad, but you know what?
You can go ahead and kill me.
Same here. Oh no.
The commenters can kill me. I don't really care. And this is
Our
also
audience won't be
why
mad.
we're skipping the next one as well.
Oh, okay.
I don't know any of these people. Dota 2,
Yeah.
Overwatch players. I don't.
Okay, Lexi, do you have any votes for esports team or esports player?
Oh God, I should not say anything.
All right, let's just move right on to esports
run.
game.
No,
It gets heated when it comes to people talking about that. Believe me.
I will say I do enjoy watching certain esports tournaments. Like if it's a Smash Brothers or
Oh, I agree with that.
like
I've
Halo.
watched people play Rainbow Six, and that looks pretty good.
Yeah, certain games are fun
just-
to watch, but I'm not into it enough to say who my favorite team is, so that's why we're skipping that. But the best
Alright.
esports game, Rocket
So we
League,
got-
which is another great game to watch people play because
Oh,
they
I
can
love
do
Rocket League.
they can do
There's
things
so
that I
much
never
comedic
imagined.
value in that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So much.
So we have Rocket League by Psyonix, League of Legends by Riot, Dota 2 by Valve, Counter-Strike Global Offensive by Valve, and Overwatch by Blizzard. I would say, who do I think's going to win? It seems like more people have been playing Overwatch recently than any of these
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
games. League of
I would
Legends.
agree.
I would have said League of Legends last year, but right now
Yeah.
I would say Overwatch. But Rocket
Yeah,
League
Overwatch
is
took
really,
the
really
show.
fun too. So
I agree.
I exactly what you said. but Overwatch was probably gonna win. But I really love Rocket League. I just
yeah,
okay. Trending gamer Jesse, why aren't you on here?
fun story. The first year they
Wow.
had the Trending Gamer Award, they had Greg Miller as the person who won it.
Oh.
Not long before he
okay.
won the award, I had him on a couple of my videos on my YouTube channel. So, and what links to this year's contestants? If we see Andrea Renee here with What's Good Games, she's also a co-host with Kinda Funny, which Greg Miller is. So, I have like that teeny
Sort of
connection
6
to
degrees of separation sort of thing.
yeah. She used to, like, anytime you would walk into GameStop, you would see her host a video on the TV commercials stuff that they have. So these other people, Steven Spawn from Able Gamers, Mike from Shroud, Guy Beam from Dr. Disrespect, Clint Alexa from Half Coordinated, and then Andrea Renee from What's Good Games. I would say Andrea Renee, because she's the only one that I really know. But what about you guys? Do any of you watch these? This is just where popular YouTube and Twitch players.
I'll be fair, never watched any of them, so I
Same,
have no say.
I don't know any of these guys, and I follow a lot of gaming channels and stuff, but I don't know any of these guys, and I feel like, oh god, am I out of the loop, or am I, am I an old man?
Yeah.
Am I old because I still watch Completionist? Am I? What's going on?
So our next is Best Student Game, awarded the best student project created at high school or college level. We have Meaning, Level Squared, Impulsion, Falling Sky, Hollowed, or From Light. Now, I've never played any of these games. The only one that I've heard of is Hollowed. So, I'm going to go with Hollowed on this one.
Sure.
I have heard of Hollowed, and I heard great reviews on it. But I wouldn't put my vote just because I heard of it. That's just me, because I want to play all these games because I have a problem. But yeah, I'm just
It's interesting that they have this category though, because like if you're in like a lot of video game design classes have you make your own games, so it's cool that they're giving a spotlight to some of those games.
It is really cool, and like at first I thought, why is this not coupled with an indie game category, which is the next one? But it makes sense that they would give their student games their own category, because like with an indie game, it is an indie it's independent, but they still have a studio.
Yeah.
They still have more resources than a student game is probably at most like 5 people.
Yeah.
Like maybe 1 to 5 people like working on this game. So I don't know any of these, but based just on the pictures, because that's all I have to go on, I'm gonna say Hollowed as well because the art style looks really cool.
All right. Best independent game is next for outstanding creative and technical achievement in a game made outside the traditional publisher's system. Now with this, I would say Cuphead, but I've heard everyone loving Hellblade.
Oh really?
So
yeah, I heard of that.
Like whenever you start the game, it has a thing about like mental health awareness and stuff, because I believe this is the game where like the main character like it's not just you seeing monsters or creatures and everything, like there's something wrong with her mentally. Mm-hmm. So like that plays into the game as well.
That's interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
But my vote still goes to Cuphead.
All right. All right. And what about you, Lexi?
Oh, I'm likewise with Cuphead. I played it. It's a very good. I think by far it is just taking a step back and a step forward by bringing an art style present again.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it. And I think I put my vote in for the art one too as well with that.
All right. The next...
This is... Oh,
sorry, what?
This is a tough one. This next story, go on.
Yeah,
I'm just saying this category is hard.
Most anticipated game presented by McCafe, awarded to an upcoming game that has shown significant ambition and promise. Title must be announced and scheduled for release after December 7th, 2017. We have Last of Us Part 2, Red Dead Redemption 2, Monster Hunter World, Marvel's Spider-Man, and God of War. Now,
this is such a hard pick.
I would say Last of Us Part 2 because I really loved the first one. But I am excited to see if they do anything at all different with the Spider-Man game than they have the recent Spider-Man games. And then third, with God of War. I liked the old God of War games. Didn't love them because Kratos always seemed like the one emotion person. Like he just wants to rip everyone's head off and that's him. Like there's no other emotional side to him. It's just, I want to kill this thing in the most brutal way that I can. And I can't really like paint myself in that picture. But with this new God of War, there's like some back and forth with the his son.
Mm-hmm.
So
your vote goes to God of War?
I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna say Red Dead Redemption 2.
I'm gonna say Last of Us.
This
Part
is a tough.
Yes.
Okay, see, this is a hard category. These are some big titles that have a lot of hype around them. But yeah, Red Dead was a huge deal, and when they announced that trailer, like the internet exploded a bit. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm freaking out for Red Dead Redemption. My God.
The first game was really good, so it'll be really hard to follow that up.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah, I believe in you, Rockstar. So
I have high hopes for this game. I'm usually really pessimistic and realistic about this, but the way they made Red Dead Redemption the original, I'm sorry, that was hands down a great experience.
It was.
So, Red Dead Redemption 2, high hopes, crossing my fingers, voted.
All right.
That's it.
Next category. Best multiplayer for outstanding online multiplayer gameplay and design, including co-op and massively multiplayer experiences, irrespective of game genre.
Oh man.
So the interesting
thing
Nintendos
in here.
We have Splatoon 2, which if you remember, won Best Shooter the year it came out. Splatoon 1 beat Call of Duty, Battlefield, everything else for the best shooter. So I think that's interesting. But I'm going to say best multiplayer. I don't love it, but I'm going to say PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds because it is taking over the internet. It's quickly become like one of the most popular games in the world. Like it's like the #1 game on Steam. And it's not even
still
finished.
On edge about it.
It's not even finished. It's in like
it's still in beta form. That's why I'm on edge about it.
Why does it count if it's not even finished?
Because it's still making more money than games that are finished and has more players.
I suppose that's true.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good point. I was gonna say Destiny 2.
I would say Destiny 2.
I would love it if it was Splatoon, because I really love Splatoon.
Yeah. I would say, see, it can't be Splatoon 2 because this is the best multiplayer game. Like, Splatoon 2's multiplayer for being online. It's online communication to chat with people sucks because you have to use your phone. True. So I think that's going to play against it.
Yeah, and especially because the word that stands out in the category description is experience. And because of that, sort of online, the online systems for Splatoon are so far behind. Same with Mario Kart, I would say. That is going to set it back, despite how much I personally love the game.
Yeah.
So, my vote says Destiny.
Alright, I would pick Destiny 2, but I would say PlayerUnknown's going to win.
Yeah,
but my vote is for Destiny. What about you, Lexxi?
Huh? Oh.
What's it gonna be, Lexi? What's your pick?
Oh God, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, because I have a mental problem with that game where I'm addicted and I have no choice.
Okay.
So that's your vote, but what do you think? What do you believe is going to win? What's your prediction?
Well, because of the extreme opinions upon PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, I'm gonna say that's gonna win. Even though I'm extremely against it because it's still in a beta form, barely even finished. But, you know, who am I to say? People are enjoying it. Let them enjoy it. It's definitely worth it if it's, like, on the Game Awards for a nominee, so.
Next category. Best sports/racing game. For the best traditional and non-traditional sports and racing game. Project Cars 2.
On here? Where's Mario Kart?
Project Cars 2, Pro Evolution Soccer, NBA 2K18, GT Sport, Forza Motorsport, and FIFA 18. So the thing is, there are 3 racing games, 2 soccer games, and 1 basketball game. I would say
what's it gonna be, Jesse?
FIFA 18. Wait, is this public or who's voting?
Hey, yo, wait. Yeah, it's just voting as far as I know.
Okay,
just
so
voting.
Yeah, okay. Because there's some that the judges vote for, and then there's some that the people can vote for. If it's the people, I'm going to say FIFA 18 because that's always like the #1 selling sports game.
It's my sports game. I love it.
I'm just gonna say outright that I don't really play any sports games. The best sports game is Mario Strikers.
I would say on this, Forza Motorsport 7 or FIFA 18 are going to win.
You think, yeah?
Yeah.
You know, you're probably right about FIFA.
Calling dibs about.
My vote would go to Mario Kart.
It's not on there.
It's not on there.
It's not on there,
FIFA
though.
18.
So it's gonna be
no
FIFA.
buts about it.
Alright. Next category. Best strategy game. Best game focused on real-time or turn-based strategy gameplay, irrespective of platform. So we have XCOM 2, Tooth and Tail, Total War, Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle, Halo Wars 2. See, this is the thing. Mario and Rabbids copied the formula of XCOM. So,
sorry for that.
Is the real XCOM going to get it? Or is it going to be the Nintendo-themed XCOM? I would say Mario plus Rabbids, because it's the only one of these games aside from maybe Tooth and Tail, which I've never heard of, that would probably not just get adult gamers into the strategy type games, but kid gamers as well.
I am inclined to agree. It's very exactly what you said.
All
I was just going to repeat basically what you just said. So.
All right. What about you, Lexi?
Huh? I'm sorry, this is happening way too much. I'm sorry. I'm getting surprised and confused at the same time.
Best strategy game.
Never played any of them, so I have no opinion.
All right, she's going to default to Mario.
Yeah.
We claim your vote.
All right.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Best family games. Well, this is the Nintendo category, if I ever saw one. And
Jesus
Sega.
For the best game
Nintendo
appropriate for family play, irrespective of genre
Odyssey.
or platform. Oh wow! This isn't just the Nintendo. This is Mario. Like,
this is pretty much. We got Splatoon 2, Sonic Mania, Mario and Rabbids, Mario Kart, and Mario Odyssey. But yeah, of those ones, Odyssey wins. I guarantee it.
Wait.
I voted
family
Odyssey.
game.
Yeah,
sure. Mario Odyssey. My 5-year-old plays Odyssey. He beat it. That's pretty impressive.
Okay. I would say Mario as well. Mario or Mario Kart. Odyssey or Kart.
Actually,
one of the
I have
two.
to preface that my kid is weirdly really good at video games for a 5-year-old. So
yeah. Wow.
But like, no, this is not to say Mario Odyssey is like the easiest game ever. Like, he beat it, but like he didn't unlock the dark side of the moon because he like basically got enough power moons to beat it. Whereas I'm playing like, and I have like 600 power moons, and I'm at the same point of the game. So like, what I love about it is it's like you can play it in different ways, like depending if you're a completionist or not, or you're just someone who wants to zip through the story.
Yeah.
The story in air quotes because it's Mario. But yeah, of these ones, Odyssey. It's got to be Odyssey.
All right.
Yeah, I vote for Odyssey.
Next category, best fighting game. For the best game designed primarily around head-to-head combat, Tekken 7, Nidhogg 2, Marvel vs. Capcom, ARMS, Injustice 2. I would say
2.
Injustice 2.
Mm-hmm.
My vote.
No doubt in my mind.
My vote would be for Injustice 2.
All right, we are
unanimous.
I don't
we're
think
all on the same page.
Many people would vote for ARMS.
I'm sorry. I liked ARMS. I was gonna say love. I didn't love it. I liked it.
There was a lot of complaints around Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. So
yeah,
like they took out all of the X-Men characters. So everyone complained about that. Even though like Capcom released a statement saying that while they did remove some of the characters that people loved, which were some of the X-Men characters, they replaced them with characters that would fight the exact same. So all of the attacks, special moves would literally be the exact same as if it were an X-Men. They're just skinned to be a different character.
So sorry.
So
dog is barking.
Yeah. I don't know what I can still see why the complaints are there, but if it's like Hyrule Warriors, to where it's just a Dynasty Warriors game with Zelda characters. So that's kind of like what it is. They just replaced the character skins, but they still have similar attacks and everything. But anyways, the videos on this channel are funded by supporters on Patreon like you. If you're a fan of this channel and would like to join on videos, receive shoutouts, watch videos early, have your questions answered, or have your topic discussed on our podcast, please consider supporting on Patreon for these and many other rewards for just $1. Shoutouts for this video includes Linkus the Triforce, Rusty Caulfield, Lovable Christie, Give Time 15, Shadow to Us, Robbie Morgan, and Lunarium. I want to thank all of you for everything you have done to help support this channel.